Welcome, friends, to the Someone Gets Me podcast. I am your host, Dianne A, and I am so delighted that you're here. This podcast was created because I believe there is a visionary leader inside each one of us who is waiting to be seen. In each episode of Someone Gets Me, you will hear useful tips from successful visionaries who will share their stories about how being seen has allowed them to take their vision out into the world with action. Pushing through doubt. Welcome, friends. I'm out here on my porch thinking about pushing through doubt. So many visionaries, so many gifted people have doubt that just creeps in and takes away their joy. Does it to me sometimes. Doubt is just part of the human condition. But somehow I think sometimes we don't give ourselves permission to feel doubt, or if we're an entrepreneur or we're a visionary or we're a successful person, we're not supposed to have any doubt. And I know times in my own life where I was doubting my path or doubting me and my ability or doubting outcome, and I would share it with people. They would disappear. They would run away. People who said they were my friends, and they were my friends, but they didn't know how to handle doubt. And at the time, I was confused. And at the time, I thought, well, what was wrong? Well, what's wrong is we don't talk about doubt. We don't talk about how it feels to be working really hard on something, but having that little voice in the back of our mind going, well, I'm not sure. Or are you sure you can handle it? Or what about this? Or what about that? It's constant. And so I want to talk about how to push through doubt today, because it's a big deal and it's been happening around me with people I've been working with, having to deal with doubt. Now, if you are fighting off doubt, or you're working so hard on something that you're kind of like a machine and you're not spending time being quiet or being grounded, most likely the consequence is being weary, tired on the inside, having difficulty focusing, just not having any motivation or anything like that. And I'm seeing it around me a lot. We have this pandemic going on, and there's a lot of weariness and people are tired. We have things happening everywhere that take our energy and our time and our attention, and it's just difficult. So doubt can creep in, and doubt is a distraction from who you really are and where you're really headed and the truth about your being. It's an ego construct that says, well, I can't measure up, or I'm not good enough, or that's a really big vision. That's a really big idea. I don't even know how I'll pull it off. Well, who you are as you attain the vision is not who you are when you receive the vision. So that doubt is usually a distraction. So we push through doubt. One way we push through doubt is we begin to realize that everybody feels it at some point. It's part of the human condition. It's part of learning how to live by higher spiritual principles while living in a real world. So if we're not going to only live by spiritual principles, we're going to live by human principles, but it's really, where's that marrying? Where's that coming together? So doubt is that. And it's usually a liar. Most things I've seen people doubt about, and including me, that it wasn't real. Not really. It felt real, but it's not real. So first I have to realize it's part of the human condition, and it's part of being a human trying to make it in this world. Now, if you're highly sensitive or you have a lot of intensities, then navigating an insensitive world is a little trickier. For somebody who's an empath, like me, where I feel all the energy around, I know lots of empaths, doubt can creep in a little bit more because it gets in us, right? On an energy level with no words. You don't have to say a word, and it happens. So the first step to really helping us with doubt, once we realize it's part of the human condition, once we realize we have to feel kindness and compassion for ourselves, once we take a breath and give ourselves a break, we realize that it's time to trust. So the first step in really helping you get on the other side of having doubt consume you is to begin to trust the greater plan of the universe. Beginning to trust yourself as a competent human being just a little bit more. Being willing to trust in the way nature unfolds or the way the world is designed, that there's things at play bigger than us, and to begin to trust those things. Now for me, trust means consistency over time. It means that if you're consistently 10 minutes late all the time, over a period of time, I'm going to be able to trust that you are 10 minutes late all the time. Then if you show up early or you're later than that, that's outside of what I'm trusting. So for me, trust is all about trusting that there is an order to the universe. There's an elegant simplicity to the way things unfold, like the beautiful flowers around me on my porch, the planets, the solar system, the universe, and down to how each animal has a purpose and a meaning, how each plant has a purpose and a meaning. To begin to trust that you have a purpose and a meaning and you belong here. And so we begin to undo doubt by realizing you belong, I belong, we all belong. You're not here by accident. And to really get connected to that trust that there's something going on even if we can't see it. So that's the first step. The second step is to have a little bit of faith. And now faith means that I am able to take the step I need to take, or take that first action that would be helpful, and have an understanding, if you will, or a trust maybe, that the greater picture of things will start to reveal itself the moment I make a commitment. I remember hearing a quote years ago that I still say over and over: at the moment of commitment, the universe conspires to assist us. I don't remember who said it first, and I've heard versions of it. But what I know is that the moment I say yes to the universe in a faithful way, like I have faith that what's going on in my mind and in my heart, that it's time for me to do or be, that even if I don't understand, even if I don't know what to do, that if I just keep doing the next thing and I keep following that somehow, some way, it will all become obvious. And that's what faith is, being able to trust what I cannot see in order to then see. So we have to have trust and faith. I think they kind of go in tandem a little bit, because I have a lot of faith, but I also have to have trust that things are going to turn out. But they never turn out the way I think. They always turn out better, and it's always different. So the first step is to really get clear on not being married to the outcome, where we're so connected to an outcome that we are holding on so tight we miss the beauty of the process. Then another step is to witness what's going on. Now for some people they call that being the observer, which that's it too. It means to step out a little bit. It means to not be so involved in everything and so on top of everything and so taking care of all the little minutiae that we miss the beauty of the bigger picture. Like, I'm here as part of the bigger picture. My unique life is its own unique, amazing creation. And it's part of the bigger picture. Your unique, perfect life is wonderful in and of itself. And it's part of the greater connection. It's like a big jigsaw puzzle. Within our lives is a jigsaw puzzle, but we are part of the greater, because that's the way it's meant to be. Just like the cardinals and the dogs and the cats and the ducks, right? The squirrels, then the bunnies, right? All of the animals, the bats, the eagles, all of them. You, me, all of us. We're here with a mighty purpose. And so we witness that, meaning we observe it, meaning we can sit back and say, wow, nicely done. That's really beautiful. We can smell the flower and feel its essence and feel the beauty through our senses. We can sit back and look at our life and go, even on my worst day, I must have done something right. I'm still here. Or on my best day, that was well done, right? And on the days that we kind of take for granted, I must have done something right on those days too, or I wouldn't be here. So to sit back for a minute and look at the greater picture. I did a podcast interview earlier, and we were talking about that a little bit, about how if we sit here today and we turn around like we're on a mountaintop and turn around, we look at our life, at the valleys and the lights and the peaks of the whole history of our autobiography, it's beautiful. And there's dark spaces and there's light spaces and there's all different colors and there's all these different experiences and people we'll remember, people we don't remember, people we want in our lives, people we're glad there's distance from, lessons everywhere. And every single one of those things is here to help us not feel so much doubt all the time. Because you've made it through a ton of stuff. You already have a lot of competence in doing life. It may not feel like it all the time, but just because it doesn't feel like it doesn't mean it's true that way. No, you have a lot of competence. So do I, in lots of different ways. And the beauty is, as a jigsaw puzzle, when we all come together, all of our competences all come together. Our competencies all come together into this beautiful network of wonder and amazement, genius, creativity, vision. It all comes together. And if you don't bring your beauty to the world, and I don't bring mine, and somebody else doesn't bring theirs, then there's a hole in the overall beauty of things. And we don't want that, do we? We want to be able to keep on moving forward, keep expanding, because that's the way it works, right? That's the universe. But we also want to be able to feel and experience and honor and have reverence for our journey, for every step we take, for all of our interactions, for the people who cross our path. You know, I practice that when I go out, you know, and I'm at the store or wherever I am. I look at people, or if I'm driving, I look over in the other cars and look at the person. And I look at them as this unique, amazing creature that's trying to make it through the world, doing their very best, even if they're not doing their best behavior. You know, even when we're not doing our best behavior, we're trying to do the best. So it's really, really, really important to focus on stepping out of the drama for a minute, step out of the intensity, and honor yourself for the journey you're on, for all of the good that you're doing in the world, for the good you will do in the world, and for the people in your world. And I think that witnessing and that being the observer is so important, especially in these uncertain times, especially when there's a lot of doubt hanging out around, especially when we're tired because we don't know what's happening next, and it's easy for the doubt to creep in. It's important to step back just a minute and say, what's the bigger picture here? Then another step that we can use to help ourselves grow through doubt is to have an attitude and an experience of Thanksgiving. Because for me, Thanksgiving isn't just a holiday once a year, though it is near my birthday, so I love that. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about having an attitude of being thankful, being grateful, and being that energy. Not thinking I am, but being that. So it's not like giving or receiving gratitude, it's being gratitude. And so there's a greater way to look at it by understanding that if I'm in a place of thanksgiving for everything and everyone all the time, and looking for the lessons, looking for where what is happening is serving the higher good, looking for my opportunities and my possibilities, then I am making headway in the world. And then I'm expanding my consciousness. Then I'm expanding who I am. And doubt is one of those things that our mind kind of puts a lid on what's going on and says, well, you can't do that. Well, what if I can't do that? I'm not sure I'm able to do that. Well, just because your brain says it doesn't make it true. I have some of the most brightest, talented, gifted people that I work with as clients and that I know personally that call me when they're feeling all this kind of doubt. And I'm out here going, whoa, back up. You have amazing ability and you know it. Where's the doubt coming from? And it's always an old voice, an old conditioned thing that says, I'm just not sure. I'm just not sure. Maybe you think something's going to happen in a week and it's taking now 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and you start wondering, is it really going to happen? That's kind of like that dry spot, right? So what do? Have a little trust, maybe have a little faith that if I keep going, there's momentum. And I'm a big one on keeping momentum going for my own life and other lives, because if we have momentum going and we have rhythm and we have consistency, then when we hit those kind of dry spots or those things where they don't turn out the timing we're expecting, or something isn't lining up the way we'd like, then we can start to say, okay, let's back up for a minute. Let's step back and witness what's going on. And then now we can decide our timing of any future action, or waiting and having patience, which also is an action. But without all these things working together in concert, it's quite difficult to step back and be able to say, what's the bigger picture? I thought it should happen in a week. I thought it should happen by lunchtime. And now it's dinner time. Well, it might be lunchtime 3 days from now. Or it might not even happen in the way you think. Or it could have happened at morning break time and you missed it because you were waiting till lunch. There's so many options. It matters that we pay attention and we're grateful for whatever is in front of us. And the more gratitude we have, and the more we're willing to expand, the more possibilities we have, and the more opportunity we have. So those are like the big ways to help us with doubt. But to remember that all kinds of doubt are here to help us grow and to expand and to step more fully into who we're meant to be as human beings and as people on earth. Because we're here for a reason, and we're here to do the right thing, and we're here to help other people, and we're here to smile and bring humor, and we're here to have excitement and joy, because joy is our natural state. So when doubt creeps in and kind of makes a little lid on your joy, it's time to let the joy pop it off and say, no, I'm not doubting, because here's what I know about you, and here's what I know about me, that we are right on time. We're perfect, whole, and complete in our core essence. And any belief different than that is a result of some kind of distraction, that maybe we did or said something that we don't quite get, that's not aligned. So it's time to get back into an alignment. So our gratitude and our thanksgiving and our understanding expand, so we can let the doubt go. Doubt tells me that I'm thinking too small. Doubt tells me that I am underestimating myself. So next time you're feeling doubt, check it out and see that it's a sham. It's only helping you grow. It doesn't really have power unless you want to sit in it and give it power. And I'm hoping that you'll learn how to keep pushing through, keep moving through, knowing that that doubt does not belong, and you can keep on going right on through. That's what I mean by pushing through. Keep on going, right? And one of the things we have to realize we have to do is to really work hard to get the fear blinders off. Because most people don't even want to admit they have doubt or even look at doubt, because they have so much fear, they have the blinders on. And that gets in the way. We don't want that. What we want to do is take the blinders off, stare it straight in the face, shine the light of truth on the fear and on the doubt. And then you'll see it. Then you'll see it's a sham. And then you'll see your own true, real ability. And so if you're feeling doubt, then reach out to somebody who understands. Try some of these steps. Increase your faith or your trust. Be grateful for where you are. Step out of the situation. Look at what's going on and say, you know what? How can I grow through this? If you know somebody who's feeling doubtful, please do not tell them not to feel that way. Please do not negate that person's experience, because it's very real feeling, even though there can be the freedom by calling it out as the sham that it is, right? But don't pick on people or run away from people when they're doubtful. Because those many years ago, that story I told you in the beginning where people ran away from me, it was very painful. to have the people who said they loved and supported me, and they still did, but they disappeared because they didn't know what to do or say. So here's what you say. I hear you. I hear you. I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're not saying. I'm here for you. With trust, with faith, with being the witness, being the observer. You don't have to fix or change anyone. No. But sometimes the number one thing to do is just listen. Be the friend, right? So those are my ideas about how to push through doubt today, sitting on my porch. I hope you've enjoyed all the interesting background noises, if you can hear them. But here's the deal. You're perfect, whole, and complete. You're beautiful, you're lovable, you're capable. Let's release the belief and idea that there's something wrong with you. And let's look at what's right with you. Because when we shine that light on what's right, that doubt leaves. When the doubt leaves, you can live your real vision, your real heart's desire way better. So enjoy your day. Enjoy the freedom from letting doubt just distract you away from your aligned goodness. And know that I, Dianne, here at Someone Gets Me, and in my business and in my world, I support you. You can leave me a comment. Connect me through the show notes on my email. I'm happy to be here for you. So until the next episode of Someone Gets Me, remember that you are a rock star and you're here on purpose with a purpose. So let's release that doubt and go on out there and let our light shine. And until the next episode, be well. Thank you for listening. I trust you gained some valuable inspiration and information. Please join me and other visionaries in the Someone Gets Me Facebook group. Or for more information on my services and additional episodes, visit someonegetsme.com. Again, thanks for listening.